Welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, to today's video. Today I wanted to talk about self-healing, self-improvement, self-growth, and we're in nature. I found a beautiful spot outside that goes with the theme of today and the things you can do in your life to improve your self-healing techniques in your self-healing journey. We all have trauma, bad habits, inner demons, challenging situations in our lives. It's different for everyone, and I think it is really important to be working and developing techniques to work with your inner self, with your inner wounds, your inner child. Everybody has different battles in their life. Everyone has different traumas, and it is not about how heavy a trauma is or how small a trauma is. It's not about comparing. It's just about recognition. Being aware that there is something within us that needs to be healed, because everybody at the end of the day has something that they struggled with throughout their life, and it's really important to heal within us. The first thing I wanted to touch on is that it is really important to trust, to be aware that you are not alone, to trust into the universe, into spirit, God, or source, whatever you believe in. It doesn't really matter, but at the end of the day, it's important to trust something higher than yourself. There's a lot of karma from our past life, from our life right now, and there's a lot that needs to be healed within us and healed with other people. Karmic cycles, releasing, forgiving, healing. It's really windy. The next thing that I feel is really important to heal is to be aware that we all are children of the universe. We all have a spark of light within us, and that you who's watching, you have the ability to heal yourself. So to be aware that you are a healer yourself and you have the power to heal yourself. Of course, sometimes we need guidance by a therapist or a guru, counseling, whatever it may be for you. But at the end of the day, it is you that is healing yourself. Other people are just maybe more aware of their gifts, and other people are a little bit more in the matrix, forgetting that we are all highly frequency beings. So the next thing is also to connect with your higher self. If you're on a spiritual journey, meditate regularly. This will get your focus back, create a clear mind, a clear vision. And you are the mentor of your own life. And if you're able to guide your thoughts, or you're able to become the power back of your thoughts, to be aware that you are not the slave of your thoughts, you're the master of your own mind. And with meditation, that can really help to achieve, to take your power back. Sometimes we overthink, all the problems are created in our mind. And sometimes it's good to just let the thoughts go, let them pass by, meditate, and come back to your original self, your truest self. Because the ego and this earth can put a lot of filters over your mind, creating these belief systems, which are actually because of, our upbringing, how we were, raised by our parents, how we were influenced by people around us, friends, all that kind of stuff. But it's really important to, come back to your truest self. We meet people for a certain reason. We are challenged to overcome ways of living, triggering, and then it's really important to always ask ourselves, if I feel so tense, I feel so triggered right now, what is life, God, source, trying to teach me with meeting this person? Sometimes our emotions trigger us to think about, maybe this is not, I'm just projecting onto this person what I'm actually suffering with inside. So it's always good to question if you feel tense and triggered all of a sudden, because people or situations come to us for a reason. The next thing I wanted to talk about is to open your heart chakra. I feel you cannot truly heal within if your heart space is not open, because emotions need to be felt. And I know in today's world a lot of people shut their heart off. I know I did this unconsciously for a really long time. My heart was closed. I didn't let myself feel. I didn't want to get sad, and when I got sad I wanted to be angry instead, because it feels more powerful. You feel better about yourself, because sadness or depression, anxiety can feel really overpowering. And sometimes we choose to get angry instead of feeling our emotions truly. Decide with your heart, with your intuition, being in tune with your heart, because sometimes the heart knows what the mind can only dream of, and the heart always makes really pure decisions. When I meditate in the morning, I like to put my hands on my chest, my left and then my right hand, and then I just like to tell myself, I open my heart, I deserve love, I deserve to feel, I am love, I deserve to be successful, I deserve to be loved, and I deserve to love others. I am loved. That's just, at the beginning I was feeling really like this itching within my heart because it was closed for a really long time. But I just kind of opened it with time and really letting myself feel. And that has triggered a lot of healing within me. I just really take my time and invest in myself. Do things throughout the week that will make your heart feel happy, that will, trigger this heart opening. If you love drawing and it really is your passion, or whatever it may be, sports, the arts, music, whatever makes your heart jump, it's so important to make time for yourself, to work on your self-care, self-love, giving yourself validation, and just doing things for you and that make you really happy. Sometimes, unconscious thoughts are in our mind, feeling like we are not worth, love, success. Sometimes it can be like, oh, I don't have enough money. This is also a thought that creates like this mantra, and it will manifest in your life. If you always think, oh, I have no money, or I have no love, or I'm not good enough for this person. These are just, sometimes these thoughts are unconscious, but that's why so many people are into like affirmations, manifesting. They watch The Secret, because we truly are what we believe. Our thoughts create a world around us, because 95% of our thoughts are unconscious, and the conscious thoughts are 5%. So the things you already tell yourself consciously every single day will only be like, if you're a quite negative person, maybe like 50% negative, 50% positive. But this will be 95% even stronger unconsciously, and this will manifest. And everything you believe will, be in your outside world. For example, if you tell yourself, oh, this parking spot, there's always so many people there, ooh, I will not get a parking spot, I will not get a parking spot. If you already tell yourself these sentences, you will not. First and foremost, you will probably not get a parking spot because you're already super negative about, the 1% chance there will be a parking spot for you. And if you tell yourself, I will get a parking spot, and truly believe it, like manifest, you will get that parking spot. I'll promise you. Then, of course, it is truly important to work with your trauma. If you have a trauma, I guarantee you have at least a little one, to maybe find help. Find a guru, a spiritual worker, a guidance counselor, a therapist, a psychologist, whoever you feel like you can trust and truly talk to. Someone professional that can improve your self-work goal. Put in that work for yourself, with yourself, proving self-love. Because at the end of the day, I always hear people like, oh, I want to, find a partner, and I would love to have a healthy relationship. And I'm always like, why don't you start having a healthy relationship with yourself? Because if your battery is not charged and you're not 100%, if you get in a relationship with someone and you're not fully healed or not feel fully, stable mentally, physically, whatever it may be, and there's still a lot of turmoil within yourself, you will most likely find the wrong partner just because you attract someone with the same frequency as you if you're not on a, healed, and it will just add more chaos to the situation. And that's why I think it's so important to be whole and to find someone else who is whole. And I'm not saying everybody has to be like, it all figured out and their shit together, because let's be honest, most of us don't. I'm just talking about the inner wounds. If you still feel like you're struggling with your trauma every day, then it's really important to work on yourself, to put the energy into yourself and not into other people, because that will just, not make you feel whole. It will, maybe work for a short period of time that you feel like you're not alone, or, you have company, but to be aware that we are always influenced what's on the outside, what's in our environment, your friends, the people around you, your family, the music you listen to, the movies you watch, all these things influence us in some form or sort, because our unconscious mind is like constantly, taking that vibe, taking that energy. Or you have toxic family members that might, like abandon you as a child or abused you emotionally or in other forms. And then obviously it's really hard to grow into that beautiful flower you are with the deepest of roots if these people are always around us. Just know nothing will grow inside of your comfort zone. Well, hello, these topics in order to heal have to come up, and there needs a spotlight on all of this negativity in order to transform it. You can't work with yourself if you're not aware of your flaws, of your traumas and all these things. It's really important to be honest with yourself. Be honest. And I know this is hard because there's a lot of energy, a lot of things coming up. And it is okay to have flaws. We all have flaws. There is no person on this planet that is perfect. Maybe enlightened people, but even they have something to struggle with sometimes. So it is fine to have these wounds and hurt within us, because the planet, we're surrounded by so many things. There's so much going on in the world right now. So much is coming up to the surface. And that's a good thing, because sometimes in order to heal, there needs to be a storm of all these emotions stirring up and really be brought to our face to look at. Because nothing can change if we're just staying in our comfort zone and not willing to work with our deepest, darkest emotions. And that's why it's so important to be aware of how your mind works and your ego. Your ego is always there, and it's important to just always question, am I acting out of ego or am I acting out of a pure heart? Speak your truth and speak your mind. And before you act out of anger or sadness or trauma, reflect. Because a wise man will never act out of anger. Don't press your feelings and emotions down. Let yourself feel. Let yourself be. Be true, authentic to yourself. The last thing I wanted to talk about is forgiveness. Forgiveness is key to healing old wounds, karma, and for me personally, I came to the conclusion that I cannot truly move on if I don't forgive. I'm not saying that the things they did are okay and you should forgive them and let them take this place in your life. No. Forgiving means truly forgiving for your sake, so that the bond is cut. The karma is cut off with this person, and you will not attract them. Whoop! That was a bird. You will not attract them anymore, and you are able to let them go and move on without being pulled back because of karma or this hurt within you. Because for example, if your heart was broken by someone in the past, you will still carry these wounds around, this baggage, trauma with your family, anything. You will always walk around with this baggage. Because if you forgive, you truly heal what happened and you set it free. And this is for your sake and your development. So I've been doing a forgiveness ritual over the past few months now. On a full moon, you write a list of all the people you want to forgive with their name on it, and then you fold it together. You do a little meditation and really think of each person on that list, and you, in your mind, you imagine them and really create this, safe environment. And then you tell them in your imagination, I forgive you and I let you go. And then you smile, they smile, and they just vanish. Poof, they're gone. And you do that with every person on that list. Then you fold that list together and burn it under a full moon. And this is so powerful because you release the energy into the universe. If you don't believe in that, but just the symbolism for me is so important. For me, I've been trying this, and I actually have to say that it really helped me to let go of these people on this list. You can also write yourself down, you can write your parents down, you can write anyone down you feel like there needs, something released, that needs forgiveness. This could also be friends that you feel triggered with quite often. This could just mean that there needs, some balance. I'm not saying everyone on that list has to be cut out of your life. I truly enjoyed this deep talk with you guys. I hope I could bring some clarity, inspiration, guidance to you out there in the world. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, like this video, and I see you all in my next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.